Next, we're diving into the social impact of sustainable solutions. We'll spotlight a non-profit organization led by CEO Ibekwe that's making a big difference by harnessing collaboration for maximum impact. The organization is driving several projects, all contributing to the achievement of the Sustainable Development Goals by 2030. But one standout project is the Beach Cleanup and Adoption Initiative, a multi-stakeholder effort aimed at reducing coastal litter in Lagos and its environs, and while creating job opportunities.
The Africa Social Impact Summit, birthed against the backdrop of the COVID-19 pandemic that had set us back by a number of indicators when it comes to the achievement of the Sustainable Development Goals by 2030. While good work had been done before 2020, we still had a long way to go, and then COVID came. It was clear that if we were even going to try to achieve the Sustainable Development Goals by 2030 on the African continent, there was a need for us to have a different strategy. Prior to COVID, there was a lot of silo execution being done, and there was already some form of clamor for more partnerships to be done. The Africa Social Impact Summit is a platform to galvanize more partnerships across critical sectors. Yes, the 17 SDG goals, but we prioritize health, education, food security, climate action, and gender equality for the speeding up of the achievement of the Sustainable Development Goals. These partners cut across public sector, private sector, third sector, international development organizations. And we're still getting more requests for partnerships. So that lets us know that, yes, definitely something is being done right. And what we are really appreciative of is that the outcomes of the convening are being delivered. The impact investments are changing hands. I would emphasize the health sector. Of course, we know the health sector has several challenges, not just limited to funding. We have the workforce, ensuring that the brain drain doesn't completely deprive us of all the workforce that are left. And even before the brain drain, we already had a gap, a huge, significant gap. But I believe that you do not just attack a problem and try to solve everything at once. You take them in bite sizes, and we cannot do everything alone. There are different other stakeholders that what they are bringing to the table is not just cash, it's technical knowledge. The Africa Social Impact Summit, we actually had its session dedicated to climate action, talking about plastic waste. At the Steady One Foundation, we had launched the Beach Adoption Program since 2021. What that program seeks to do is to empower local communities across our coastal communities, to empower them to reduce the plastic waste that gets into our oceans. What do? We engage these communities. We build their capacity. We give them the relevant knowledge. We do not stop there. We also employ the youth and women within these communities to continue the work of keeping that environment clean, ensuring that the plastic is recycled. So that fits into the circular economy. So that's where you know that plastic is not waste. It's actually a resource. We have realized that when we started that there was a lot of ignorance when it comes to climate action. It just sounded like a buzzword. What's climate action? So we were intentional to engage the media. We started since 2022 to have a dialogue with the media. We did that in partnership with the British Deputy High Commissioner then, to basically inspire the media to take it as not just reporting of events, but something they intentionally commit to educate the Nigerian public on what climate action means, what they are responsible for, what they also need to do to ensure that their environment is preserved. Because you cannot expect the government to come and take care of your immediate environment. All of us need to take responsibility. Beyond engaging the media, we've also invested in engaging schools. This we have done in partnership with the Green Sahara Farms and the Unity Schools. We have planted 10,000 trees across 18 states, 24 schools. And here's why. Planting of trees doesn't stop at just putting the tree in the ground. You have to be intentional to nurture the trees to fruiting, because that is when you can say you have planted trees. And we thought that it was important for us to engage communities or stakeholders that would take responsibility to ensure that those trees are nurtured, are grown, to be able to provide the value to the environment and to the communities. For individuals that believe that the gods are powerful enough to take their wastes anywhere, I think that is where the power of the media can come to play. It's about ensuring they can learn, relearn, and unlearn. And that is the power of mass media, mass communication, consistent mass communication.
And mainstream, yes.
By next year, we're looking to have more subnationals actively working with us to attract more investments, impact investments into their states, for them to scale up the work they're already doing in the areas of the critical sectors: environment, renewable energy, climate smart agriculture, and other initiatives across health, education. Because you realize that the 17 goals are actually interlinked goals. So, and based on the programs I've shared with you already, you can see how one program is addressing different issues that cut across the critical sectors.
And that's about it on this week's edition of Green Angle. Until I come your way next time.